You can go to a winery and have a glass of Chardonnay. You can go to a distillery and have a shot. You can go to a restaurant and have a cocktail, or you can even go to a brewery and have a beer. You can go to the VFW and get a Boilermaker, but you can't come to my bar and have a beer.
Well, that man says he is shutting down his bar in Lexington in order to survive. Taylor's Tavern is the one type of bar that cannot operate under Governor Roy Cooper's Phase 2 executive order. At least 7 other entities operating bars in North Carolina are open. As 12 Investigates reveals, the type of permit a venue has doesn't matter, and the law still leaves plenty of places for people to drink and socialize. This video, sent to WXII by a viewer, shows what's happening inside of some bars as North Carolina's coronavirus cases hit new highs. Vintage Sofa Bar got back in business when the state entered Phase 2, and the owner tells me he isn't breaking any laws. Tony Stevens declined an on-camera interview, but sent a statement saying, in part, "We feel that we meet all of the criteria set forth by the North Carolina ABC Commission. They have determined that bars that served food prior to the declaration of the emergency can be included in the restaurant category." Just 25 miles away in Lexington, Taylor's Tavern is closed. The owner had the same private bar permit as Stevens, but he didn't serve food before the pandemic.
We really do feel that we're being treated unfairly.
I want to be able to go back to Taylor's Tavern.
Regulars like Becky Everhart haven't been in Aaron Taylor's bar since March 17th. Taylor's one of 185 private bar owners suing Governor Cooper. When they lost a chance in court to reopen, Taylor says he lost hope.
The bills just keep coming, so we have to make a decision. I had to make a decision at some point to be able to sleep at night.
The governor backs his decision to close bars by describing them in an executive order as places that by their very nature present greater risks for the spread of COVID-19. The order further defines bars as places that are not eating establishments or restaurants principally engaged in the business of selling alcoholic beverages for on-site consumption. It's the North Carolina ABC Commission's job to interpret the order. Their guidance is what helps business owners determine if they're acting more as a restaurant or a private bar.
We just want the opportunity to follow the same guidelines that he's proposed.
Here's the crux of Taylor's argument. He says his customers can't go inside his bar for a beer, but there are at least 3 other establishments less than half a mile from here where they can legally get a drink. He says the law, as written, isn't keeping people home. It's just keeping them out of his tavern.
I like to mingle, and so we're just finding places that's open.
In my opinion, essentially what we've done is we've taken 100% of the customers and we're now cramming them into 85% of the facilities.
That information comes from the North Carolina Bar and Tavern Association. Their research shows the executive order only effectively shuts down 15% of North Carolina bars. Back in Winston-Salem, Mayor Alan Joynes says he knows the order is vague and difficult to enforce.
What we've been trying to do is asking our police officers to go by and talk with the owners of those establishments and just remind them of the law.
But Stevens says no one in law enforcement has gotten in touch with him, and the local alcohol law enforcement division is aware he's operating. A special agent with the ALE declined an on-camera interview, but sent a statement saying each individual local law enforcement entity is autonomous in its interpretation and enforcement of the governor's orders. That means people are, perhaps legally, drinking and socializing at a bar in Winston-Salem, while a tavern in Lexington has been drained.
The business bank account's zero. My personal savings is drained. All the business credit cards are maxed out.
Well, Taylor tells me he is hoping to reestablish his bar in 2021. The LE says it hasn't taken any action against Triad bars or restaurants operating outside of the governor's order, but complaints have been lodged against 5 businesses in Forsyth, Guilford, and Alamance counties. You can find those bars and restaurants listed on WXII12.com.